We're going to compare some vinyls, Oracle, Cricut, Siser, and Dollar Tree. In sublimation on glass, see how they perform. Coming up. Hi, I'm Roger, welcome to the loft above the shop, and I get questioned quite a bit about what type of vinyl to use when we do sublimation on glass. And I'm going to go through 4 different kinds here. The type we use is Oracle 651, that's what we use most commonly. We buy this in bulk rolls, but in this case I picked up a roll at one of the craft shops so we could compare apples to apples when it comes to cost per foot, which we'll get to in a minute. It's got Oracle 651, Cricut permanent outdoor vinyl, Siser permanent outdoor vinyl, and a lot of people have been asking about this. Can you use Dollar Tree vinyl? We're going to find out how well it performs. Obviously I won't be able to do a longevity test here because this video is not longevity. It'll just be what we do right here. We'll see what the performance is. So how am I going to do this? I'm going to use one of our typical 8x8 glass cutting boards. I'm going to apply a 2-inch strip of each one of these to one of these boards. And then for color, so we are comparing apples to apples here, not apples to kumquats or something. Color bars. So these color bars will go up the entire piece of glass and it'll cross all the pieces of vinyl. And they'll be equal. We'll be able to tell how well each one of these sublimates. I know there's been some other videos done about, you know, how well each one of these weeds and that type of thing, but this is going to be strictly about sublimation. So, what do these cost? Well, like I say, I bought these craft rolls here so we could do apples to apples. So Oracle 651, 12-inch by 60-inch roll, $5.99 retail. These are retail prices, not sale prices. Cost of $1.20 a foot. The Cricut brand, 12-inch by 48-inch, retail cost of $4.99. It's your cost per foot of $1.25. The Siser, 12-inch by 60-inch, retail $7.99. Cost per foot $1.60. The Dollar Tree vinyl, 12-inch by 48-inch, cost $1.25. Used to be $1, but everything went up a quarter. It's your Dollar Tree. 31 cents a foot. So that's a huge difference. I don't know that we are going to do this with our business because this is not tried and true, but we're going to try this out and see how it works. We're putting it on one of the typical Dollar Tree glass cutting boards. It's something I found, we buy these by the case, is this last case I got, there's 24 in a case, 2 of them are clear, but they have the same UPC code on the back and the same barcode, so I don't know what happened there. I'm going to save these clear ones for maybe some kind of special project. I was kind of surprised to find those. But I'll get this vinyl prepped and we'll get it on the glass. We'll get that drying, get the heat press heated up, and we'll see how these work. I'm using Rapid Tack. If you are wondering about this whole process, I did do a video here a little while back on how to do this step-by-step, along with some shortcuts you can do. Check those videos out. There'll be some links to them at the end of the video if you're new to this. So what I'm doing is putting on a little bit of Rapid Tack here to make sure the glass is good and clean. Use a cheap paper towel, nothing fancy. Cheaper the better. You want plain paper. Then I put another little misting on, just light mist. That way I can position my vinyl. There will be no air bubbles. So we'll put the Oracle 651 at the top. That'll be my first one. We've got some good static going on here today. A nice dry winter day. We'll get that laid on here at the top. So our first one is going to be the Oracle 651. Next we'll do the Cricut. Next we'll stick the Dollar Tree in there. I can tell you right now, this Dollar Tree vinyl is way thinner than the other ones here. Well, we'll see how it does. You may even be able to see that right here. You can see the difference. And lastly, we'll put the sizer. So here's our test piece, and I'll let this dry, get good and dry, so that we don't get any steam bubbles forming in this. And then we will get this on the graphic on it, and we'll heat press it. So I'll get that heat press warming up. Okay, I flipped this over and wrote on here with a marker on the glass because I'm probably going to trim this off. This is the Oracle, Cricut, Dollar Tree, and Siser, and mark the same way on this side. I'm going to trim this off because I can see that's just going to melt, and then I'll be putting it on my graphic here. Okay, so I have this trimmed up, and you could probably see this. That Dollar Tree vinyl is much thinner and actually has a little bit different color to it. The Siser, the Cricut, and the Oracle all compare the same. On the back here, they're also pretty close. The Oracle is a little bit more gray than the Cricut and the Siser, but it's still white. The Dollar Tree is really not white, although it says it's white on the box. So what we do now is place this with the vinyl side against the graphic, and I'm going to do it with the color bars up, and I'm going to flip it over so the white is over here where I wrote. We'll get that kind of set on here. Little heat tape, hold it in place, and we're ready for this to go on the heat press. Okay, got the heat press warmed up here. Just on a piece of parchment paper, put another one on top. .385, 190 seconds. And I should mention here, if you've never done this before, if this is the first time you're seeing this process, I really encourage you to watch my step-by-step video on this. But as you saw, the side with the vinyl that's on the glass faces down to the graphic faces up. The graphic is down at the bottom with the vinyl facing down. The bare glass is on top. If you try to do it the other way, you're going to melt your vinyl. And time's up. There's our colors there. We'll take this off, we'll let it cool, and we'll take the paper off, and we'll analyze this here. This is what it looks like right now. And we got a good color transfer across, all the way across. This tape off of there. I'm going to get this stuff off the back. If you're not familiar with this process, I again encourage you to watch our video on either the step-by-step or the sublimation shortcuts. Explain what I'm doing here. You know, a lot of people have a big hard time getting this paper off. It's just that easy. So we'll get this dried off here. We'll take a look at it. Okay, I'll hold it up close here. I'll kind of let you be the judge. There on top, the OR stands for the Oracle 651. Next one down is the Cricut. Next one down is the Dollar Tree, and the one at the bottom is the Siser. And of course, we use the Oracle 651. That's the one at the top. That's one we use the most because I like the color saturation. You could probably see in this that the Cricut is not quite as vivid, and the colors are not quite as saturated. I am really surprised at the Dollar Tree vinyl on how well the colors came through on that. However, it is quite thin. How well this would hold up, I don't know. If you're using it just strictly for an ornamental purpose and not a functional purpose, I think it would be fine. And of course the Siser there at the bottom, it is pretty much on par with the Oracle 651. Just a little bit lighter than the Dollar Tree. You look at the color saturations here in the blue line, And in the black line where the dark colors are, the Cricut is less saturated. Yes, I know there's an ink spot there. That's my bad. The Siser and the Cricut are not quite as saturated as the Oracle and the Dollar Tree. But I'll let you be the judge here on which one you like the best. So here again are the samples that we did with the color bars. I figured this would be the best way to compare these on how well they performed in sublimation. And here you have it. So there again, you can be the judge on which one you like the best. And hopefully this gave you some type of guide. And I do apologize for the background noise is probably on this audio. I got the print farm running back here. We've got orders for quite a few things and I'm trying to get them all out. As far as adhesion on the back, it's all seems to be equal. I don't see anything peeling or coming loose or warping or bubbling or anything like that. Of course, the colors are always very subdued on the back because you have sublimated through the vinyl and to the glass. There's my comparison. Got something out of this and hope you did. Appreciate getting a thumbs up. Always helps the channel. I'm Roger in the loft, not in the shop because it's warmer up here. Thanks for watching. We'll see you on the next one.